Hey guys, welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, and this is the channel where we explain it so you don't have to. This episode will be covering the premiere of Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone reboot titled The Comedian. The episode has a lot to unpack from it, and throughout this video I'll be breaking down everything that you need to know about it. From here on out, it's full spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. With that out the way, thanks for clicking the video, I hope you enjoyed the show, and let's get into everything you need to know about the first episode of the Twilight Zone reboot. The episode follows Samir Wassan, who after 5 years as a stand-up comedian is struggling to find success. Every time it seems like he's getting somewhere in a gig, the comedian drops a political joke about the Second Amendment, which, like these videos, bombs every time. One night after a very rough show, Samir meets JC Wheeler, a comedian that Samir has been a long-time fan of, and JC tells him to drop all the political stuff and to actually start talking about himself rather than things around him. The next night, Samir puts this into action and tells a story about his dog named Cat, which causes the audience to burst out laughing, though I don't really know why. All seems to be going well, however, when Samir returns home, he can't find his dog anywhere, and things get weirder when his girlfriend tells him that they never had one. The next night, Samir does another show, and after his political material bombs once more, he turns to his 10-year-old nephew Devon and begins roasting him. Whilst the crowd love it, Devon disappears, and upon asking his girlfriend, she tells him that they don't have a nephew and that her sister can't even have kids. Yikes. Clearly something is going on, and Samir quickly realizes that the subjects of his jokes are slowly disappearing whenever he mentions them. Initially this seems like a bad thing, however on the flip side Samir realizes that he can make whoever dislikes this video disappear from existence. Samir wipes out a whole group of people, and this sends him on a path to success. Unfortunately though, Samir slowly starts running out of people to talk to, and therefore jokes. The entire thing backfires when Samir begins joking about his girlfriend's mentor from law school, who he thinks is a total creep. Whilst the comedy club initially loved the material, Samir realizes that in removing David from existence, his girlfriend's entire life has been altered and she ends up working as a waitress because of it. JC pays Samir another visit, and it seems like Samir is pretty desperate to reverse all of his changes, but JC reminds him just how close he is to achieving his dreams. Samir reluctantly gets on stage but has a mental breakdown and begins listing tons of names in quick succession. This gets to the point where Samir is even ready to make a joke about his own girlfriend, but at the last second he switches to mocking himself and his desire to become a comedian. The audience loves this, and in the end Samir ends up yelling his own name and erasing himself in the process. This causes all of the people who've previously been erased to come back. The episode closes with Samir's friend and competing comedian encountering JC Wheeler at the bar and asking him for some career advice. So what does this all mean? Well, to me the episode is about a quest for fame, and how in striving for it we are set to lose those around us, as the two don't really tend to go well together. Samir was pretty ruthless and ambitious in his quest for recognition, and because of this he was willing to sacrifice those around him until he eventually realised that he had become a monster and that the world would be better off without him. However, the ending shows that there will always be those willing to step up and attempt to make their own mark no matter the cost, and Samir ultimately becomes a victim of his own success, doomed to fall by the wayside before he was ever able to make it due to the bridges he burned along the way. Overall, I thought the episode was okay, but I don't really think that the series should have led with this. The story in comparison to Twilight Zone episodes from the past was pretty weak, and it didn't really inspire me all that much. I really hope the rest of the season is better than this one, because it was quite middling and a bit of a disappointment after all the hype. Obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode, and if there's anything I missed, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Let me know if you're excited for the rest of the series, and if you enjoyed this video then please like it, and make sure you check out my breakdown of the finale of The Walking Dead, which will be linked at the end. This is a channel for people who are never missing television, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you need to subscribe to Definition. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. You've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.